Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a 6 to 9 month essentials, and I'm just gonna like jump through this real quick because I feel like these videos are always dragged out, and I kind of just want to know what your essentials are. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, just flash them across the screen and continue on with your life. I always go through these videos because I want to know what works for other people and what doesn't work. So I'm just going to tell you like what my essentials were for 6 to 9 months. And I think I did the last two for every 3 months. So I will link those videos down below. So yeah, let's get into this. Alright, so his first thing that we have used every single day from 6 months on is this high chair. We bought this at 4 months because we started to introduce him to solids, but he wasn't really using it as much because he was more drinking milk than anything. We were just introducing it to him, but once he hit 6 months, he really was eating. So every single day after that, we started using it. We have the Ingenuity 3-in-1 high chair, and it's great. Honestly, it's really great. It's all like plastic, and so you can take it all apart, and it's easy to put back together and very easy to wash, and that's what we like about it. So, and we also have like a activity center mat for underneath, so when he he's doing this now, he just likes to throw his food off the high chair and it lands on the mat. So I will link both of those down below, and I will also flash them across the screen. Next is his activity table. I mentioned this in his 9-month update, and I think I mentioned it in his 8-month update, but it's a little table that has an activity section. It's a square thing at the top, and he just walks around it and plays with the buttons, and it lights up and makes noises and it sings and all that good stuff. But it's very good to help him to learn how to stand, and that's how he learned how to stand. I highly recommend it if you are trying to teach your child to stand. And it also, the legs come off and you can put it on the floor. Next is his jumper activity center. We have both. I don't think it's necessary to have both. I bought the activity center first, and he loved that thing. He has loved it since we bought it, and then I felt like he got bored with it. Even though you can interchange the toys on that, we bought the jumper to get him more active because that doesn't jump. They just wiggle their feet. So we got the jumper, and he like bounces around while he's watching TV, and when you say jumpy jumpy jumpy, he really goes ham in that jumper. So again, you don't have to buy both. I just wanted both. We use his walker constantly, especially when we're in the kitchen, because that's the only place that has like flooring. We have carpet all throughout the house, so he can't really walk through that. So when we're in the kitchen and I'm doing things, I just put him in his walker, and he walks all over the place in that thing. I like the fact that he could put his toy on there and he plays with that, or you can take that off and he just eats snacks through the tray. But he loves that thing and he walks around. I also have taken it outside and I put socks on him and let him walk outside with it, only in my backyard. And he does that, so I highly recommend a walker, especially when your child is getting to the point where they're starting to walk. It really helps them move. Which leads me to the next item. He uses this push, I think it's a zebra. I gave it to the babysitters and I got a different one. So he uses that to stand and walk with. He's very lazy with it. He will do it sometimes and he'll just stand there and walk with it, but he mostly plays with the toys on the other side. But the one we have is like a car, and it turns into a car, so we can sit in on it and like scoot his butt. He doesn't know how to do that, but we do it for him and he loves it. But it goes up and he could push it. Next are baby gates. Of course, if you have a house like mine, you need to baby proof everything. We have lots of bookshelves, we have lots of random doors, and we have a TV entertainment center that has like gain systems on it, so we don't want the baby to touch them. Plus we have our steps. So I have the I don't know what it's called, but it's got 6 pieces, and you can take them apart and put them wherever. So you can see it right here. It's different colored, so it's not very like appeasing to the eyes, but it works for what it needs to do. So I basically like broke it apart and put it where I need to put it, and it's perfect. Teethers, I highly recommend teethers. It doesn't matter if they're food based or just like the cold ones to put in the fridge, or even like the mesh bags that you put food in. I highly recommend getting something to help your child with their teeth. So I don't really like giving them Tylenol unless I have to. So we do the baby teething like wafers, we do the bananas, we do puffs, anything that you should chew on, celery, cold carrots, we do stuff like that. And we also tried giving him cold teething rings and stuff like that. That really works. And then we also have the mesh bags that he could hold on to and chew. I put frozen breast milk into that, and I also put like frozen blueberries, or I put bananas in there, and he really likes eating that. So I highly recommend any of those just to help your baby out. I also recommend like lots of hand foods. At this point, they're basically like trying to do everything and using their motor functions to like pick things up. So he can pick things up with like pointer and thumb. So we give him like the little yogurt melts, and he is totally fine getting those into his mouth. And I also recommend pouches for the go. Oh my god, they are a lifesaver. He can easily he doesn't squeeze it himself. I squeeze it into his mouth and he just eats it, so I don't really need to spoon feed him anymore. I just give him the pouch and he's good to go. I mean, he's a hot mess, so we need the bibs, but the pouches are great on the go. I don't think I've ever mentioned this in any of these types of videos, but I still use my Tommy Tippy bottle warmer, and it is amazing. It has done such a great job since I bought it, and I was kind of worried that this wouldn't do what I needed it to do, but it warms up pouches, it warms up bottles, it warms up baby food, and it goes from like frozen all the way up to like room temperature. You can just change the settings, and you can change it from 2 ounces all the way up to 9 ounces, and it works perfectly. I mean, it takes like 5 minutes to warm up milk, and I love it. It does such a great job. Next is an umbrella stroller. I'm not sure if I mentioned this either, but we have such a great umbrella stroller, and Ollie loves walking in it. He doesn't really like the big bulky one. It doesn't cover his face enough in the sun, and I kind of feel like it was just a waste of money, so I ended up just giving it to the babysitter when we first like started going there. So I ended up just buying an umbrella stroller, and I can lean him up and back if he wants to. I could connect small toys to it, and he enjoys doing that. And he just really likes the fact that the umbrella stroller I have, it extends so far forward that his face is not in the sun, or the sun isn't in his face. So he really enjoys that. I will link all of these things down below. I'm not sure of the name of the stroller, but it's such a great stroller, and I highly recommend it. I will have it flashing across the screen. Alright, the last thing that has really helped us throughout these last couple months, because he is getting randomly sick because of his teething. He had like a fever a couple of weeks ago, and it lasted like a week. He was kind of like had a cold / fever. Humidifier, like the humidifier is such a great thing, especially when he had RSV, and then he was sick with bronchitis, and he gets random colds, especially because Lily's back to school, things happen, and he's at the babysitter's and she has kids. I'm not blaming anybody, just things happen. So humidifier, and then we also have like the Vic vapor, but it plugs into the wall, so like the vapors go into, it's kind of like a humidifier that plugs into the wall, and it's fantastic. All you have to do is buy the refills and put it in there, put it in the wall, and your whole room smells like vapor, Vic's air. It smells great, but like it clears him right up, and it's perfect because they had like the baby version, and it's great. So I recommend both of those, and they really help. I also recommend Highland's Baby Tiny Cough tiny cold syrup. I got the nighttime version, but I think I have the other one upstairs. I got this as a sample, and I tried this the first couple times he was sick, and he like suddenly was just so much better. Like he was literally like boogers out the nose, in the mouth. It was disgusting. It was everywhere, and as soon as I gave him this, it would dry right up. Like it was great. So I highly recommend this. It's 6 months plus. It's relief for runny nose, congestion, and occasional sleeplessness due to colds. So this really was great. I hope this helps a mama that is about to be at the stage. Ollie really enjoys every single one of these. I really don't buy things that I don't think would work for him, so I don't have any dislikes at the moment, and neither does Ollie. He likes everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. My Instagram is always linked down below. I'll pop it up right here so you can see it, and make sure you check out our Vlogoween series that is happening right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.